So the world's top court just ruled that climate inaction is illegal. So where does that leave Australia, a country that doesn't really even obey its own laws? The world's top court, the International Court of Justice, has ruled that countries failing to act on climate change are now breaking international law. The ruling confirms that a healthy environment is now a human right, so that's nice. Countries are now expected to slash their emissions in line with a 1.5 degrees Celsius global warming target, and I'll get to more on that in a minute. So all this now puts a bit of pressure on Australia, one of the world's biggest fossil fuel exporters. Its emissions, even from exported coal and gas, could now be used against it in court. So the Australian government is expected to announce its 2035 climate target soon, and this ruling from the ICJ implies that that target should be as strong as possible and backed by real plans and policies. The Climate Council is arguing that Australia must not only cut domestic emissions, but also take responsibility for the pollution caused by our fossil fuel exporters. Because right now the planet has warmed by about 1.2 degrees Celsius, right? And if we hit 1.5 degrees, scientists say that we're in for even worse climate disasters, more heat waves, floods, food shortages, coral death, to name some of them. So that was why the Paris Agreement made 1.5 degrees Celsius the global safety limit. It's kind of like a climate change speed limit is the best way to describe it, right? And now, if countries blow past it, well, they're not just heating the planet, they could also now be breaking international law. Now, this ruling could mean that smaller countries like Pacific Islands, who are bearing the brunt of climate-related disasters, could make a claim that they are owed support, like building seawalls or infrastructure to adapt by those who are actually doing the polluting. Just last week, there was a case decided on whether the government owes a liability to people displaced because of climate change. And this is the kind of ruling that would show up in a case like that as evidence of a changing set of norms globally around the responsibility that governments owe to people who are affected by rising sea levels and a heating world.